again, a lot of things have changed at your age. You've financially secure, you've purchased a home, you have a beautiful family. We had our event here a couple months ago, and there's a lot of young people that are attracted to your story. What's one or two things that you tell someone like that? What would you tell Torin 5 years ago? Or what would you tell the next Torin 2.0, the 18-year-old, 19, 20-year-old that's like, I'm thinking about doing this. Like, how do they get to where you are today?
It's a good question, because it's something I don't talk a lot in general. So I do a lot of kind of self-reflection and talking to myself. And it's a question I kind of ask myself sometimes. And honestly, I think a big part of it is just kind of putting your head down. A lot of things now with social media and everything, it's like, glitz, glam, posting this, I went here, I did this. Like, for the first 5.5 years, like, I didn't do much. I drove to work, I worked, I went home and worked, just kind of putting my head down and doing what was necessary. And I think a lot of times that's lost. And then also just realizing what can happen in the future. We sometimes get caught up in things we do or don't have now, but if you do the work, it will come.
Yeah, I think you made a great point. Comparison is the thief of joy, right? Don't compare yourself to other people, because most of the shit online is not real. I was fortunate to be in the military, so I got to travel, got some cool photos of some cool places, but I didn't pay for any of that. And then I moved to Charleston, right? And you see us at the beach or on the boat. It's like, guys, that's free stuff. Yeah. But like you said, in the beginning, I didn't travel. I didn't go anywhere. One, I had to focus on the business, but two, I just didn't have the money. I put every penny I had into starting this business. I missed friends' bachelor parties, friends' weddings. I was like, I can't afford to go on this trip with your wedding, because I just simply can't afford it right now, and I can't close down the school right now. And then going back to your point about just putting your head down and doing the work for an extended period of time. So many times we see people ahead of us and we think we're going to catch them in 30 days, 60 days, 100 days, a year even. It takes a decade, right? We're coming up on 12 years. I actually had a conversation with one of our locations, one of our newer locations, a couple weeks ago, and she said, we're growing, but it's tough every time we have the weekly call and then everyone is dominating our numbers. And what's funny is I've had that conversation with almost every one of our locations. I'm pretty sure including you as well. Yeah. It's tough when, our original school does $100,000+ a month, right? Consistently every single month. So it's tough when you're the new school doing 10,000, 20,000, and you're like, God, I'm just so far behind them. Yeah, but you're also 12 years behind them, right? So then I go back to, like you said, doing the work. So I sit down with the team at this location and I say, are we doing community events? Yes. Are we doing grassroots marketing? Yes. Are we following up with the leads? Yes. Are we teaching amazing classes? Yes. Are we hitting the cleaning checklist and doing everything we're supposed to be doing there? Yes. Are we doing follow-ups and reach outs and making sure we're providing an amazing experience? Yes. Okay. It would be unreasonable if you did all of these things consistently for a year that you don't see something happen, right? And like in previous videos, we've talked about, if you keep hitting a door, eventually that door will open, right? So you just have to put your head down, keep doing the work, and look up a year from now, 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now. What do you imagine for Torin? So 5 years from now, obviously you're transitioning into a new role, but what do you imagine 5 years from now?
Honestly, just continuing to do my part in our company with whatever that is. I'm sure, and at some point that will change, but continuing to grow myself and fill in whatever role is needed so we can continue to do what we're doing, continuing to expand and grow and change lives the way it's impacted ours, because martial art, we wouldn't be here without martial arts.
Right.
So just continuing to provide opportunities and activities and jobs for whatever person fits into our business, our classes, our company. Personally, like I said, just continuing to grow myself and honestly just become the best version of myself. And I know doing things that suck right now or doing things you're uncomfortable with will only lead you to the person that you want to become later on down the road.
Yeah, I think that's great advice for people. Man, like you just said, just doing the work. It kind of always goes back to just doing the work you're supposed to be doing. I think when you work, the universe works for you too. And that's where compounding, the compound effect and compounding interest, right? We all know about, you put $100 a month away into the stock market, like how many millions you'll have later in life. Doing the work is exactly the same. Like putting the development into your business, into yourself, into your finances, all of that stuff compounds over time. All right, Torin, so you are transitioning to this new role. You're going to be overseeing, you're going from overseeing one location to overseeing almost $3 million a year in revenue. So lots of opportunity there. What are you most excited about in this transition and for the opportunities?
One, just to kind of test myself. I feel like it's a good opportunity personally to test myself, but also just to, at my location, I feel like systems are pretty good. Things kind of run pretty smoothly. So just being able to take some of the things that we have done there and implement them at other locations to help them run and be more efficient. So that way, the head instructors, the office managers, don't feel like they have so much on their plate and everything is on them, but they're able to delegate and pass things around so that part-time staff are able to knock some of those things out, but the results are still happening. That's something I'm pretty pumped about.
That's exciting. Guys, every level of leadership will require a new level of you, right? So Torin's earned this opportunity to get to this point, to help out other locations, help grow our brand, grow our community impact. I'm super excited to watch him grow in this role. But again, as always, it's up to you to do the work, right? Lay the ground game in yourself, become the best version of yourself, and then give that back to the world.